Hello, I'm live. I didn't realize it. I was fiddling around with the size of the chat and I didn't even realize I was live. So here I am. I'm live. Didn't even know it. What a dumbass. But anyway, it's Saturday once again. And we're rapidly approaching 420. So we'll get there in a couple of minutes. And then we'll start the show. Okay? Okay. I'm such a dumbass. Didn't even know I was on. Now I'm dipping my nose in my drink. I'm doing fine today. Oh, brother. Got to get this thing rolling here. But anyway, how are you folks today? I'm a hot mess. So, yeah, I need a joint real bad. So I'm glad we're really close to this thing because I definitely need some smoke. It's been a strange morning. So, or afternoon, I should say. I didn't get up till 12:30. So it's looking really scary out here today. We have 90-degree temperature with extremely high humidity, and it's dark out. Okay, we have extreme temperature. Stony, welcome aboard. It's not often you're first on the show here. So happy 420. Yeah, really. And we got like, I don't know, 60% humidity. So it's feels like 100 something. So it's crazy. You're on the ball today. Yeah. My first joint. I don't know what the hell's been keeping me. Ooh. Buds, welcome aboard. The warden's mud coffee, huh? I don't drink coffee. I shaken up as it is. That should have put me over the top. So, a couple more hits here, and I'll get. Damn, this weed the week's gonna kill me. You chewed one mouthful and boom. No, it's not raining down here. It's just real dark. It's raining up by you, buds? You're 80 degrees, huh? We've been hot and humid lately for like a week. Our temp went from 91 to 75 in an hour after the rain. Well, we didn't get the rain, just the threat of it. Maybe it's headed this way. I don't know. But yeah, it's still steamy. So maybe if we get the rain, our temp will drop too. But so far, no. 2 a.m. Oh, welcome aboard, dog. 2 a.m. lost power. 2:30 finally got generator going. 5:45 a.m. Got my way to Home Depot to get new 20 amp breaker to replace faulty one. 8 a.m. back to bed till noon. Today sucks. I guess so. She-Rye is awesome. Enjoy, my brothers. Oh, there are seeds on the way? Oh, my nose. This kind of weather just gets to me. So glad to hear it. You know what? I told you I was going to experiment with new ways to start seeds. So I do like the cotton pad way. You know, I told you spray the cotton pad 3 times, put another cotton pad on top of it, spray that 3 times. So I did that. Only this time I added some. I had a few drops of Atlantic kelp to the water and sprayed the pads. In 36 hours, I had 3 out of the 4 seeds had popped, and one of them actually came out of the shell entirely. Okay. There was it pushed the shell away. It was just the plant laying there. So that seems be a pretty good way to pop seeds. You had ecstasy to him to get him going. But transplanted goddess train haze to a 1 gallon today. Cool. But I never saw a seed pop like this one. It just jumped right out of the fucking shell. Yeah, I thought, gee, what a long tail. And then I went to pick up this shell and the plant was just laying there. So it was pretty strange. And Buds, that one of yours, that first one that popped, that thing's only like 5 inches tall, but the fucking nodes are so close together, it's almost like a cabbage. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. You guys should watch THC Herb Farmer. He's brilliant, huh? So I don't know what's going on with that one. It's so dense. It's unbelievable. Dog's seen it. It's even after he pinched it off for me, it's doing the same damn thing. Close nodes, tight buds. But I mean, this is close nodes. I mean, we're talking, there's no room between them. It's light's too low or too bright. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how to be too bright. Maybe too low. I'll jack it up some. See what happens. Where's that joint? Time to get on with the news. Where's my glasses? Putting in the middle, man. So, former La Habra, California police chief and 5 others were indicted on conspiracy charges regarding the January 6th riot. Foraging Seeker, welcome aboard. You're just in time for the news. I was just starting the very first story here. So Alan Hostetter formed a far-right group called the American Phoenix Project to protest pandemic-related restrictions and to support the big lie that Trump won the election. So they're believed to that they have ties to the 3%ers and who are anti-government extremists. But in the weeks leading up to the riots, Alan Hostetter and others advocated violence against the people who supported the election results. Lies are fun, yet it's still a lie. Yes. So, so they were indicted on conspiracy to incite a riot. So, listening but working in grow room. Okay, I'm good with that. So, in addition to that, a Chicago Police Department officer charges for his involvement. They got him on 5 counts of misdemeanor counts, but each could carry a year in prison, federal prison. Okay. Are they creeping up on Trump? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, little by little. This is all going to work around to him eventually. You know it will. So they got this guy for entering a restricted building and disrupting government business and disorderly conduct on Capitol property. Katie, welcome aboard. So there was a 19-page complaint claims that this guy, Officer Carroll, now I grew up in Chicago. There were a lot of Polish people in Chicago with some unusual names. There were Greek people in Chicago with unusual names, and I was always able to pronounce the majority of them. Okay? This guy's got me. Chwiesiuk. Okay? It's 108 right now. Oh. Well, I had 93 with a extremely high humidity. It was real dark when I started the show, but it's starting to lighten up. I don't know what my weather is now. Oh, 91. Oh, excuse me, it dropped to 83. It was 91 with a 66% humidity. So it's dropped some though. So no, Chwiesiuk. Okay. So I don't know how to pronounce that. And believe me, I've come across some really wild Polish names in my day. Yeah, it was supposed to, oh, I'm getting some drizzle. Must be why the temperature dropped. I'm just finally starting to get it. I know Buds has already had it up in his area, but the rain's kind of bringing the temperature down. So, so the FBI took all his guns away and his firearms owner ID card. He's been relegated to desk duty. The mayor and the police chief police in Chicago have really spoke out against this dude. And I doubt he's going to have a job once this case is over. Well, mom-in-law is gone for a couple of months. Warden is drinking beer. She's not drinking her own coffee? What's going on there? So teachers in 22 cities are planning protest over laws that are restricting racism and race lessons in school, racial history. Now, we've long ignored the contributions that minorities have played in the development of this country. I mean, after all, we're built on the backs of slavery, you know. If it wasn't for slaves, we wouldn't have a nation. So we had slavery and then the Jim Crow laws, and then, we had the Chinese who built our railroads, and then we interred them during World War II, our prejudices of, I don't know, caused us to treat minorities as second-class citizens. Even weed is illegal in this country because of racism. Okay, or was illegal in this country because of racism. During the Depression, Californians were complaining that Mexicans were taking over their jobs. And that since it was thought that the majority of marijuana was coming in from Mexico, they passed the Federal Marijuana Tax Stamp Act in 1935. Okay? You're right. Some people are going to hate regardless. They're just looking for excuses. You're right. You're right. And skin tone, I guess, is the easiest target. So there are cities and states all over the country, not just in the South, Michigan too, passing laws to keep the keep the education of individuals from delving into our past too deeply. They took, I don't even know what that word is, Tony. They do it with income status, height, weight, hair color, etc. Yes. But teachers want to teach this stuff, and I don't know that they're going to stop them. I mean, our country was built on the backs of slaves, and states that oppose this, it's not surprising. Okay. Our jobs, I see. Stony Pat got your info. Green bicycles be on its way soon, brother. Ooh. But I just don't understand why they're opposed to the teaching the truth. That's where I don't get it. Why not start teaching the truth? What are you going to do? I mean, they're teaching the truth about Columbus now. Why not teach the truth about slavery? And the Asian internment camps in World War II. I mean, I didn't know anything about that when I was in school. I don't imagine they teach it now. Okay. So I think it's a good idea to teach kids the truth instead of lying. I think there is a root cause of hate we can do something about, but not if we keep getting distracted and divided into little groups who fight each other instead of address slave master. Yes. Absolutely. And it's refreshing to see shows like Underground Railroad on Amazon Prime, and shows like Them on Amazon Prime, except all the wrong people are watching them. Okay. them, yes. It's about the first black families who moved into Compton in the 1950s. And the Underground Railroad series is brutal in its portrayal of those times, but I'm sure factual. Okay, in a lot of it, it's scary. Okay, yeah, Them is a really good show. Check it out if you got Amazon Prime. Check out Them. It too is brutally good. Okay. Wow. The weed of the week is SBS. 19.80% THC, and it is a sativa dominant hybrid. Yes, wow. So turn the page. I don't have a wow story. I guess I can tell you that I went out with my bestie. We went to the Top Fuel Saloon, a biker bar in Braidwood, Illinois. They have their own brand of draft beer called Lug Wrench, made by a microbrewer in the area. It stinks. They call it a lager. Tastes like Coors Light. I'm a Heineken drinker. Nothing is as good as Heineken. Some come close. I do like Duvel from Belgium, but I can't drink too many of them. They're 8% alcohol. How to reduce the stress. What is the stress? Is too big for chat, but I think you all already know what I'm pointing towards. Life sucks for too many people. They nut you up, yo. Yes, they do nut up. You like Blue Moon or a Stella? Stella's good. I like Stella Artois. That's a good beer. I'm not much for Blue Moon because any beer you got to put a fruit in, I'm not crazy about. You know, beer should taste like beer. But Stella's a good one. You're right. Another Belgian beer. So Belgium makes some potent fucking beers, let me tell you. They get up there in percentage. They know what they're doing in Belgium. Oh, you don't put an orange in your Blue Moon? Because a lot of people do that shit. And these people with Coronas that put a lime and then they turn the bottle upside down so the lime goes to the bottom of the bottle and all that kind of shit, that fucking ritual, that's all a bunch of horse shit, and I'll tell you why. Where that comes from is in Mexico, they would chill beer in ice that was not made from agua purificada, okay? So what they would do is they would wipe off the can or the bottle with a lime, okay, to kill all the germs. So somewhere along the line, some goofy ass stuck a lime inside the bottle of Corona, and an idiocy was born, okay? So you're not supposed to do that. It's just for cleaning off the bottle or the can, okay? That's all it's for. And Corona is an export beer. They don't drink that shit down there. It's for the tourists. So just thought I'd let you know that. Sean McQuitty died of COVID-19 in prison. Tecate, that's good, though. I like the salt and lime on a Tecate, you know. So I don't understand why they sell it in bottles. Nutty people lose their minds. Slaver can convince them it's not the slaver causing harms, but rather it's the long hairs and the colored ones and the dreamers, and it's this one or that one, but not slaver. Yes, you're right. And that's because they're preaching to the wrong people. I don't know how people get caught in that trap. Okay. No common sense. So anyway, Sean McQuitty died of COVID in prison. He was only one of 256 people last year who died of COVID-19 in prison. 49,000 federal prisoners got sick. Now, new figures reveal that of the approximately 31,000 who applied for compassionate release, only 36 were approved. Yeah, 31,000 applied and 36 were approved. Okay. Now, in 2019, only 1,735 applied for compassionate release, and 55 were approved. Okay, 35 out of 31,000, and 55 out of 1,700. I didn't happen to mention that the Bureau of Prisons, they had a new chief of the Bureau of Prisons was appointed by Trump in 2020. So that kind of explains it all, don't it? I don't think I need to say more about that at all. So the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, vows to protect voting rights and beef up the DOJ Civil Rights Division as part of an aggressive effort to fight policies and legislation that restrict voter access and discriminate against marginalized voters. Within the next 30 days, he intends to double the size of the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. Now, this unit covers hate crimes, police abuses, and other civil rights violations. So, yes and no, dog. I'll explain in a minute. So it's nice to see that this also covers police abuses. Okay, so they're going to double the size of that unit, which, from what I understand, is not a small unit to begin with. So that's encouraging as shit, as far as I'm concerned. We'll have to see what happens. in the next 30 days. But it's nice to see they're moving forward with civil rights. And, protecting voting rights in particular. That's, with all the changes we've seen in what they say, 40 some odd states have changed their voting rights laws. So encouraging indeed. It's nice to see some house cleaning being done, isn't it, though? It certainly is. So we'll see what happens. So, dog, here's the problem. We ordered 2. The packing slip says 2. They sent 1. I'm waiting to hear back from the seller. So that's the story. So since you gave me money for 1, you can take the 1, and I'll wait and see what the answer is. Okay? Okay. So apparently we're not the only nation having problems with race. Okay? There's this guy, Nathaniel Veltman, from London, Ontario, Canada, who is facing 4 counts of first-degree murder. He drove his truck into an we can split the one. I have a saw. No, I don't think so. Anyway, last Sunday, he drove his truck into a family of 5 Canadian Muslims and killed 4 of them. 3 generations, 4 people in the family. And now he's facing 4 charges of first-degree murder in this killing. So people hate in Canada too, apparently. So we're not the only country that has violent people who hate because of race or religion. I personally think religion is the one thing that's holding the world back from peace, okay? We would have world peace if there was no religion. Okay, John Lennon was right. Imagine all the world living in peace. Well, that could only happen without religion, okay? Because that's the largest stumbling block. The one thing we argue over the most for centuries and centuries now has been religion, okay? The one that keeps us apart, the one thing that keeps us apart the most is religion. So, and that's all the news that I feel like talking about. So let's talk. Time to chat. And I don't believe I need these anymore. Once my eyes adjust, I think I'll be fine. Can't get this thing any closer. People being convinced that others are the source of their own difficulties. Yes, exactly. You're responsible for you, okay? Can't blame others for your own problems. They're your problems. That's why they're called your problems. Okay? If they were somebody else's problems, then they'd be called their problems, Oh, yes, it was, Buds. It was all your fault. You did it. You brought it on. Now I know who to blame. Oh, first it made me cough. Now it won't stay lit. But at least it didn't run, right? Didn't run. So I got that going for me. So people need to learn the mirroring process. Look at yourself first. Yes. Yes, indeed. You know, if you're not happy with yourself, you can't blame others. Get happy. You know, that's what I say. You know, maybe if organized religion had not turned sage-based spiritualism and therefore reducing some of the personal responsibility one has for self, well, then we might be smart human, not suicidal beast. Yes, and homicidal. I mean, how many people have died over religion? Okay, you know, seriously, you know, killing for Christ. How much of that has happened in the world? Happiness is a voluntary choice. I guess so. I guess so. I choose to be happy. Okay. And I don't understand why grumpy people are grumpy. Okay. I don't know what they stick up their ass, maybe. I don't know. But see, the trouble with organized religion is there's too fucking many of them. Okay. What makes my Christianity better than your Christianity? Okay. Or what makes my Muslimism better than your Muslimism? Okay. That's the problem. Okay. It's, yes, it became slavery tool. But yes, I mean, you got to, you know, if you have the same superstitions I do, then come huddle in my building and I'll take your money. Okay. Your religion has weed. Some do. Okay. There are now religions that encourage weed smoking. So that's how crazy the fucking world is. It's still people find good way in it. They see minority and their book says it so. Says it so. Yes. It's the best. So the best religion is no religion at all. Okay. If everyone believed in nothing, we'd all be a lot happier. Okay. That's the way I think. Rastafarian been knowing it a long time. Well, that includes the Emperor of Haile Selassie, doesn't it? That have something to do with Haile Selassie of Ethiopia? Pick a Buttaphalian, Church of Cannabis. I like that. Nearly 100 years now. Rastafarianism? You've been to that part of Jamaica. Really? I've never been to Jamaica. If I went, I wouldn't want to go to a resort. I'd want to know the people. That's the thing. You know, I mean, the resorts, those are fenced in for white folks. I mean, how could you get to know the country if you don't know the people? You know, it's It's like going to Europe on a guided tour. Who could do that? Let me take you all the places that, we'll take you all the places that aren't interesting. Got a big joint from a little kid. $10. It was at least an ounce. Oh, I know what you mean. We went to the Bahamas, and I met this guy, Steve, don't you know? My name is Steve, don't you know? And I thought this was in '83. Steve says, I do the $15 bag, don't you know? So I bought the $15 bag. And then Steve says, let's go up the beach and smoke something together. So we go up the beach with Steve, don't you know? And we go to this grove of trees. And he rolled a 9-paper joint with 1.5s, okay? There was more in that joint than what I bought from him. Yes, you don't want the colonial stuff. You want to just be, exactly. So Steve, don't you know, introduced us to Frederick. But Frederick was all business. He wasn't interested in playing, He just wanted to sell weed. But Steve, don't you know, he was a party person. He's a nice guy. So I carved Mrs. Spliffy and my initials in a tree there. I wonder if we could still see him. But he slapped these papers together. It was funny as hell. Just to watch him roll this joint. Port Antonio, Rost Island, big time. Oh, yeah, that's the place to go. Like when we went to Europe the first time, we took advantage of this thing called Minotel. And they have hotels all over Europe that are a part of this plan. And you pay one flat rate everywhere you go. And you can stay one night in a hotel and tell them the night before you want to check out to make arrangements for you at the next place you want to go. And you can travel throughout Europe that way. And, you can stay a night or 2 nights or however many nights you want, and just let them know at the front desk the next city you want to go to or the next town you want to go to. And so long as there's a Minotel in that town, they can make a reservation for you. Any drive or train or bus or however you travel to wherever you want to go, and there's a room waiting for you there. And what's cool about it is you never know what the quality of the hotel is going to be until you get there. I mean, you find some pretty wild places. I mean, we stayed at one place that was like someone's home, like a bed and breakfast, only there was no breakfast. And we stayed in another place that in Munich that the elevator was so small, I had to go up with the luggage, and Mrs. Spliffy came up by herself. So just, and then we stayed at a place in Basel, Switzerland. That was the largest room I'd ever been in my life. There's nothing exceptional about it, except it was just huge. So it was a great way to travel around Europe. So, and as a result of that trip, we found hotels in, in places that we stayed at in the future because we liked the hotel, They're going to host a cannabis lounge. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they're supposed to be opening up a place in Southern Illinois where you can socialize and smoke weed. It turns out that sort of thing is actually legal in Illinois. At least they haven't passed a law making it illegal. So so long as your local town would allow you to do it, you can open up a place like that anywhere in Illinois. They have those in Colorado now? Oh. Like Amsterdam Coffee Shop, which is not exclusive to Amsterdam, by the way. They have them in Rotterdam too, and in other towns as well. Haarlem, Netherlands. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of places in New York are actually named after places in the Netherlands. There's Brooklyn, a Hoboken, all of those places are names from the Netherlands, because it was, of course, a Dutch colony at one time. New York being New Amsterdam. And I'd like to take a ride downstate and check out that place. Of course, it'd be nice if they'd open one closer. So, God knows the name of the joint, I think, and where it is. Or at least he did. Might have got stoned and forgot. We have places to go and do your drugs for many years in Chicago. They're called trap houses. That's a whole different thing, buds. That was once Mexico. That's why so many names were neither Native American or Spanish. Oh, this was once Mexico. Yes. Right. Same thing with California and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we beat their asses. We're so tough. We stole all that land. So my bestie brought back a couple of distillate cartridges for me. Somewhere in the 90s. And this is ice cream, what is it? Ice cream cookies. So, really tasty. I could handle more of these distillates, let me tell you. These are good. I put it on my Yokan battery, so I have plenty of power. Those things will hurt you. Yeah, I had Doug over here Sunday. And, no, that was Wednesday. And I gave him one to smoke. He got pretty fucked up pretty fast. I took one up to the keg, and there's this young lady, Nicole. And I said, take it easy. Don't take too big a hit. And she took too big a hit and went straight in the bathroom and hurled. So she's a lightweight. So, but a good friend. Yeah. People working less hours, but having more spending money and free time. Out there spending money, enriching others. That's labor. Yeah. A lot of economics money staying at home. not exported over offshore. Exactly. And, you know, they're bitching about people not working because they got all this money from the government, you know, this unemployment. And I don't know if they realize it or not, but we haven't reached herd immunity. Okay. We're not, I did not say that. I did not do that. Besides, it's a sativa, 100% sativa. There's no way you would have fallen asleep on a sativa distillate. So I personally think that a lot of people are staying home not because they're collecting unemployment, but because you can still fucking get sick out there. Okay. If you look at other countries where they thought they had shit under control, they're getting flare-ups. We're about to hold an Olympics in a country that's having a huge flare-up. Okay. Who thought they had this virus under control at one point. So you can't tell me that they're just staying home because they're freeloaders. People are staying home because they don't want to get sick. Okay. I mean, that's the Republican side of the story. Okay. That they're staying home because they're freeloaders. That's their side of the story. That's my opinion. Because, I mean, there's got to be people who are off unemployment who are still staying home. No, I got a slight drizzle, like hardly anything. Lasted a few seconds. That's all I got. Now the sun's half shining. Canada and Australia are having lockdowns too. Yeah, I'm saying there are flare-ups going on all over the place. You can't trust this virus. Multinational corporations literally export national wealth, not just for U.S., but also our enemies who think we are fault of it all. But slavery reams us all. Slavery don't care about identity politics. You're right. Yeah, no, the sun's breaking out here a little bit. It's still gray, but hazy, kind of. But yeah, you're right, Seeker. I wear a mask everywhere and I'm vaccinated. I do too. I go in the store, I wear a mask, you know. I'm back like a zit on prom morning. Delta variant 60% more transmissible. There you go. You know, you got to be careful. Okay. I mean, look at Bill Maher and 8 members of the New York Mets all got it after being vaccinated. Okay. But what they didn't do was get hospitalized or die. And that's why I'm vaccinated. I neither want to get hospitalized nor do I want to die. Okay. Yeah, forget about it. I'm protecting me. Mrs. Spliffy too. She wears a mask. We were in Menards the other day and we were like the only 2 wearing masks. You know, and I'm saying, gee, this is weird. We're the only 2 wearing masks. Common sense isn't very common. You got that right. The African variant? Yeah, well, this thing is going to keep transmutating like this for a long time to come. You should call it rare sense. You got that right. You got that right. You know, this is a never-ending thing. If they get this thing under 100% control, there'll be some other fucking virus that'll come along. Okay, who knows what? I mean, we're not through with these epidemics and stuff. This is going to go on. This isn't the last one. Okay. You're right. This vaccine will be like the flu shot. Only unlike the flu shot, people aren't going to ignore it. Okay. Because this shit is killing people. I know the flu kills people, but not in these numbers. Okay. You know, I know, oh, shit. Drop something on the floor. You know, I know people have said that the numbers have been altered, the numbers have been faked. But okay, maybe in this country, but look at the fucking world, man. They're burning bodies in the streets in India. Okay. I don't mind getting a shot. I have balls. I'm not a GOP prissy. There you go. I feel the same way about it. I've been getting vaccinated all my life. Okay. I was in the service. They'd line you up and shoot you with a gun. They didn't even use a fucking needle. Okay. So I don't give a shit about injections. Fucking give me a fucking injection. So what? You know, I've had needles stuck in me so many times. I don't give a fuck. You know, they always tell you you're going to feel a slight pinch or whatever. And I wait until they stick it in me, and then I say, go ahead, you know. You can tell the anti-vaxxers, they're not military. All of them. Yes. Yeah, anybody who was in the service doesn't hesitate to get a shot. Fuck. You heard a foghorn. Fog rolling in, huh? We have tornado warning sirens around here. They're also used if the nuke plant blows up. Okay. We get the same siren warning if there's a meltdown at the nuke plant. Okay. And it's also for tornadoes. So we don't know what's going on when they go off. I still wash hands after bringing in the mail. I want this done. And I am already derelict enough, becoming ill. What that is like losing a few weeks of life. Ain't got time for that. I understand. We have lighthouses. Oh, I see. Tornado/nuke alarm. Exactly. And they set it off every Tuesday at 10:30. So if there was a meltdown on Tuesday at 10:30, we wouldn't know. They test it, you know. So I would like to see the soldiers say, no, I don't believe in vaccines. Yeah, that'd be hard to take. I don't think that's happening. Well, he wouldn't have been a soldier long if he turned down the first one. Biggest motivation to mask up is that stuff is so dang easy compared to how difficult it is for those infected to even breathe. Exactly. What a jerk if would not suffer Small to save others, major suffer. Exactly. KD, you bad. Yeah, I mean, seriously. I mean, how much of it is how much of an inconvenience is it to wear a mask? Okay. I was at a party, not a party. What am I saying? I was at a party. I was at the bar with this guy that I know quite well. Okay. And he's talking about how, well, if you wear a mask, you're breathing in the carbon dioxide that you just exhaled. And because I know him well, I said, "You fucking idiot." Okay. Okay, buds. We'll see ya. Hope you're cutting the right kind of grass. And I said, "You fucking idiot." I says, if that were the case, surgeons would be dropping like flies. I said, think about it. You know, I said they wear a mask for hours at a time when they operate on people, you know. Yeah, they're supposed to be such brave patriots, but they can't get in the military because they can't pass the psych exam. Okay. And if you can't pass the psych exam, oh, so if you can't pass the psych exam to get in the military, you really got to be nuts. There used to be a book in the 70s. It's 101 ways to beat the draft. And there were some pretty amazing ways to do it. They had like, how about the yellow fever vaccine? Can't shoot my M16. Yellow fever vaccine. Just had to drink a lot of quinine water, didn't you? We used to celebrate things like people going out of their way to help grandmas cross the street or giving up a seat to an elder, etc. People still do. But slavery stresses us to hate, not love. Absolutely. Some of the things in the book were like, have your feet replaced with wheels. And when you go for your physical, blow your nose in a Kleenex and then eat it. I don't know, there were numerous others. But it was a strange little book. Yellow fever shot makes people sick. You have to get it to travel half the world. Yeah, well, some things do make you sick. You know, I think to relieve that sickness, I think you're supposed to drink quinine water. You know, tonic. Supposed to help, you know, relieve that. You get less sick if you drink tonic. That's why they invented the gin and tonic. If I'm not mistaken. Or was that maybe not yellow fever? Maybe that was malaria. COVID vaccine made me sick for a few days. Penicillin has problems. Still, it has saved the lives and limbs of millions. Yeah, exactly. What about rabies vaccine? I mean, without it, that's a totally lethal disease. You probably wouldn't have pets. I mean, if you're bitten by a rabid animal, you got 24 hours. Yeah, well, if you were bitten by a rabid animal and don't get help within 24 hours, you are infected to the point where you cannot recover. You will die. I got it with measles twice. Once when very young and again in high school. It hit me hard. Was in football practice, got sick, rode a bike home, 10 plus miles, got home and was helpless. Yeah, well, and now measles is on the rise again because of these stupid people who don't get vaccinated. Okay, don't get their children vaccinated. And that's all because of that stupid Playboy centerfold, Jenny McCarthy, started that shit. One of the nastiest suburbs on the south side of Chicago is Calumet City. Okay. And she used to do fashion shows in bars in Calumet City. Okay. It's more like rub up against you in negligee for tips. Okay. Okay. In flimsy shit. That's more or less what her job was. So that's what she did before she was a Playboy centerfold. And you're going to listen to her for advice. Okay. So people are nuts. This fascination with celebrity is what's killing this country. Okay. We got to get off this track. It started in the 80s and it hasn't stopped. Tabloid journalism, I think, is where it began. And we got to get away from this shit, get back to the real world. This fantasy land reality TV, which of course isn't real at all. We got to get away from this shit, get back to the real world and people paying attention to what's actually happening and not to other people's lives. This voyeurism that people are practicing is just nuts. Celebrity voyeurism. This bullshit. My opinion. Hey, nobody told me. Happy 427. Outrage culture must also cease. So much self-righteous judgment in it. Yes, well, you're right. This this taking your law into your own hands shit has got to stop. Okay. This judge, jury, and executioner shit has got to stop. Especially the executioner part. believe 10 people were shot in Chicago this morning. One was killed. It was like they just opened, started shooting. Who knows why? It's just people are just nuts. Yeah, we got to stop taking the law into our own hands. And a lot of the reason this is happening, I think, is because the law itself is out of control. Okay. Law enforcement is out of control. And that's part of the problem. People see such violence coming from our law enforcement that they think violence is acceptable in our culture, and that rage has got to stop. Smoking pipe resin on a bed of stems. So I'm smoking everything I've been smoking on these last few months. Wow. Are you that low? Or you just decide to clean up? I mean, we got to stop this shit, you know? I realize that we've had a year of absolute frustration and being locked up, but I mean, you don't even know how many strains are in it, huh? I'm sure in abundance. But we got to stop this shit. Stop hurting each other. Jesus Christ. And I mean, I don't like religion. Okay. You can have whatever faith you like, believe in whoever you like. Help yourself, you know. But just stop this shit. You know, stop the hate. You know, believe whatever you like. Just stop the hate. We're not supposed to be like this. Isn't everybody watching Star Trek by now? Supposed to be living in peace and harmony. You know? What's the problem here? Well, I don't want to lecture anymore. Been clearing resin from the bowl and stashing it in a jar. Last few days, I haven't wanted to go down to town to re-up icy. So I smoke resin, but also I'm in a moment to smoke less anyhow. Oh, I've been smoking a lot less. Only a couple of joints a day. So, I've been cutting back myself. But then I've been hitting on this resin, on this distillate too. So that's a little difference. A little different. I'm slurring my speech here. So I would rate this weed of the week. I forgot what it was. Wrote it down, of course, because I always forget what it is. SBS. I would give it a good rating, although it does make you cough a lot. It does give you a good buzz. So I have the munchies. Making a grilled cheese. Oh. Ever watch Alton Brown? Good Eats. I would rate it Lost. So I watched Alton Brown make a grilled cheese one time. And you can't make a grilled cheese unless you make it on the grill. So he actually made grilled cheese on the grill. This thing isn't burning right. What you smoking today, Katie? You didn't say. I'm using a griddle. That is a grill on the other side. Yes. So you have a griddle grill. Ghost Train Haze. Oh, good choice. Good choice. That was the best of the three strains I grew. The three strains I grew in my last grow. That was the one I liked the best. Came out all purple. The buds did. That was nice to see. So, yeah, I liked that one. That was good. I had White Widow and Ghost Train Haze and Bubblegum. And that was my fave. But this isn't bad, but it did make me cough a lot when I first started smoking it. Second joint has mellowed down in the coughing department. So any coughing I've done so far has just been to clear my throat. So I have no plans for the rest of the weekend. So I think I'm going to straighten things out in my grow room. I remember a moment last year when you noticed that you'd been using more papers than normal. Retro noticing that you smoke rate had gone up. A year 2020 kind of moment. Stressful times. Yeah. Well, and you know what else I did, Seeker, is I went into group. Okay. So, yeah, it was a stressful year. You know, I finished up group, changed my meds, changed my psychiatrist. I have a therapist now too. So some say GTH. Yes, someone did say GTH. So, yeah, it was a stressful year. You know, changed your skivvies. Well, I'm glad to hear that. You didn't just turn them inside out this time, huh? Well, this stuff doesn't stay lit. Some changes welcome. Yes, it is. See, now that cup was the weed. So. Now that was to clear my throat. So you can see the difference. Downloading a cool video. You're outdoor. Oh, cool. We'll have to check that out. Hey, everybody, go check that out. No. later. We'll check that out later. Yes, a pod. A pod. Okay. Is that the title? Because they're whales. I see. I feel it less this year and learned much. Think I'd handle it differently next time, which is good because I expect more weirdness to come in time. Yeah. So I'm keen to learn stuff. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I'd handle it much differently. I'd probably get more done around here than I did this past year. I'm more energetic this year than I was last. You will see because I sent you some. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so. That's about the only thing. I'm not as depressed this year. So if I had to do it this year, I'd do it differently. But yes, next time I would be more prepared. That's for sure. But it's all gonna happen. Well, first of all, it wouldn't happen the same way because Trump wouldn't be in office. I'm gonna go see if I can find a silly fantasy to watch tonight. I hear there's a new season of Witcher is coming to Netflix. Oh, that'd be cool. Fantasy. Yeah, I don't know of any fantasies. The girl with the head chop. That's a fantasy. I see, Stony. That's funny. I see. So it's their fantasy. It's their fantasy, Stony. So we need to find the hot witches, Stony, not the witcher. We need to find the one with the hot witches in it. or some hot devils or something. We got to find somebody. Who could be our fantasy other than your girl at the store? Because Superman with long gray hair and golden eyes. I see. Say, I see. Stoney, we need somebody. I know you got the girl at the dispensary, but see, I do a drive up thing. And it's usually a dude. Lots of half-dressed women in there too. Oh, okay. Sure, that's not Yellow Man, the reggae artist. Could be, huh? No. So, well, maybe I'll check it out for the chicks. What do you say, Stoney? We going to check it out for the chicks? Oh, this is out again. I don't know what we are now that the sun came back. The sun is shining brightly here. For science, yeah, we'll check it out for science. Oh, we dropped to 76 degrees. But the humidity is up to 90%. So it's only 109 now. Yeah, we're 76 degrees with 90% humidity. So it probably feels about the same as it did earlier when it was 90 degrees with 56% humidity. Yeah, it should start perspiring. Yeah. So, God's pit juice. Yeah, see, at 90% of humidity, I wonder what our dew point is. I got to look. Oh, yeah, the dew point is 73 degrees. So, yeah, it ought to be damn soggy out there. I hate when sweat runs down your elbows. Yes, yes, indeed. So on a day like this, you can't help but sweat, you know. Drives you crazy, yeah. But 90% humidity with a dew point at 72%. So for 72, yeah, 72 degrees. So, or yeah, So it's crazy. So we're at 76 degrees. So it drops 4 more degrees and it'll get real soggy around here. Not that it isn't. But that drizzle was next to nothing. Just enough to raise the humidity. Farmers in Illinois would call us Chicago kids' dues. I just know that it's over warm outside, but inside, as a result of simple science not requiring electricity, it's a cool 69. 69, dude. To quote Bill and Ted, my grow room is growing fruit wines right now. Nice. Your cousins. 69 is cool. Yeah. It's a nice temperature. Giggity. Yes. No, I just, I just quoted Bill and Ted. When George Carlin tells him to think of a number, 69, dude. It was your other half. I see. I have one of those as I displayed on my birthday show. I enjoyed that. It was fun to just cut loose and tell a bunch of dirty jokes. And a clean one. Bunch of dirty jokes and a clean one. So that was fun. And one almost clean one. So you were born in 69. And unfortunately, that was nothing to do with getting any. I see. Didn't help, huh? Hey, baby. I was born in 69. Know what I mean? That sort of thing didn't work, huh? Gee, I believe that's the year I got married. Didn't help me much either. So, yeah, December. Hey, girl. We're both 69ers. Let's celebrate. Let's let nut dick eye poke. Push downstairs. Uh-huh. Hello. Hello. You fixing his leg again? Buster's got a sore leg. He hurt himself. So he hurt himself so bad he wouldn't even come up on the bed last night to sleep. So he slept on the floor with Keeper. So we're trying a little bit of lidocaine roll-on to see if it doesn't ease his pain. And maybe he'll feel better. That sort of thing definitely did not work. I experimented with aggressive approaches and porn star corniness and being cock of the walk and all of that. Fell flat on my face, I did. Buster had an owie. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Buster got an owie. Yeah, he must have jumped off of something or onto something funny and
I'm having that.
has a muscular ache. Okay, you can have that one. Learn to live with blue balls. That's distressing. Watch Underdog got all stoked. Yeah, he found out he couldn't really fly. Jumped off the upper deck. Found out he couldn't fly. It's the cape. You got to have the cape. Yeah, if you had thumbs, you could go sew yourself one. But since you don't, you're kind of SOL. Yeah. Yeah. Can't sew. Sorry. You're shit out of luck. I gotta stop doing this. I'm gonna choke. Sweet Polly purebred. Yeah. He was just a mutt, see? Caught his thermometer stick on the deck and failed. No, I'm telling you, it's a cape. Gotta have the cape. All superheroes that fly have a cape. You know? You know? He had Mighty Mouse, Underdog, Superman. Yes, I'm on it. Batman doesn't fly. He just kind of falls. Yeah, Mighty Mouse had a cape. Mr. Trouble never hangs around when you hear his mighty sound. Here I come to save the day. That means that Mighty Mouse is on his way. You can't call that flying. Yes, sir, that's swinging. Yes, sir, when there is a wrong to right, Mighty Mouse will join the fight. On the sea or on the land, he's got the situation well in hand. Oh, the whole song. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, Stoney. That was Fritz, not Felix. Yeah, Fritz, you're right. Fritz a cat. So the dude, right? In his car. Big Lebowski. He did some flying. He didn't have a cape. He had his car though. He had his convertible. That's better than a cape. And Wonder Woman had her invisible plane. That's better than a cape too, I think. All the mistakes they're making, they should do one of Fritz's. All the remakes they're doing, they should do one of Fritz the Cat. Yeah, they should. He took too many hits. No, you can't take too many hits. You know that. Who knows that better than you? Oh, in 3D CGI. Yeah. CGI. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, blows to the head. Well, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to call 420 somewhere because I can't smoke this one anymore, and it's not 420 here yet. So I'm calling a 420 somewhere so I can light up another joint. Okay. So here's a 420 somewhere. Okay, Fort Seeker, you go ahead and fire that sucker up. Happy 420 somewhere. Yeah, 420. Yeah, I got several several broken clocks around here, and they're all set at 420. I got a really nice Heineken neon in my grow room that's set at 420 and always will be. So it's a nice, it illuminates green in there. So perfect. So I can open my tents in my grow room when it's dark, and I have my Heineken clock by which to illuminate. And of course, I have a flashlight that Buds gave me too. Of course, you get high. Isn't that what this is all about? Sometimes I set them to post 420 and sometimes pre. I like the post 420, pose for clock. Be struck on. Since it just got stoned. To be stuck on, not struck on, stuck on. Since it just got stoned. I see. So time stopped. I see. It just got stoned and then time stopped. She Roy's Peace Pot and Microdot. Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. So you do mainly outdoor grows, Stony? Yeah, see, it worked for me the very first time. And you're right about the time thing. But I literally couldn't stop laughing. It was an hilarious time. You do both, okay. 99% indoor. Oh, okay. You force flower outdoors. All the stretch and everything outdoors, because I know I took mine grow years ago outdoors, and they just got gigantic at the stretch. Forest fires, fog, rain. Oh. I see. $20,000 seeds. Getting more of that, all that, it seems. I see. You have 4,000 now? Wow. Can't plant that many plants unless you go out and do like a Stony Stoner seed kind of thing, like Johnny Appleseed. Plant the country. Plant the nation. Cover the world with them. 1,200 she-worry. 1,200 goddess train haze. Wow. Only 12 moon boots. Well, I'm sure you're going to grow more of those. I'm glad to know. Have 4 strains of seeds. Thank you. Recently acquired 40 gallons worth of water stowage for a household of 3. I'm thinking I ought immediately get another 40 before a rush to buy them occurs. Absolutely. 200 cherry gasm in GTH. Okay. Katie, you so welcome. You delightful, my dear. Yes, she is. After all, we can't have this chat be a sausage fest all the time, you know? You're a good friend. So there. This one is. Well, we certainly appreciate you. And I'm speaking for everyone here because I'm sure they agree. But yeah, this hand's doing pretty good. That's how it goes. Comes and goes, you know. Put the shaky one in your pocket. Good idea. Good idea. I don't use it much anyway, you know. I know last night I got up to empty the ashtray and I took it from one hand to the other and it went all over the place. So I got the vacuum and that solved that problem. I didn't have to leave the living room well, I did have to leave the living room to get the vacuum, but I didn't have to go all the way to the kitchen to empty the ashtray. I just threw it all over the room instead, you know. So is it like someone else? No, it's still my hand. I still know it's me. You know, maybe if I let it fall asleep, you know, got it all numb and shit, that might work. I live among temperate rainforest, so have no options for emergency water than others. Might be important to prep for food and water disruptions. Absolutely. Calluses really suck. Yeah. I never having had calluses, I wouldn't know. Never took a job where I had to do that sort of thing. Feels like a gay carpenter. Get away. No, never had a job where I had to work hard enough to get real calluses, except in the military. But even then, it was, you know, I was always a clerk or office worker. Then in the liquor commission, it was pretty much the same thing, only I walked around a lot. So I played it smart. Nothing physical. So, except when I was a kid, I had a lot of physical jobs before I went in the military. So that 40, 80 gallons of water stowage I'm taking might be less than others will want. I didn't even know how much a for this household. I'm thinking 30 days of water feels good. Yeah. Hey, whatever whatever you feel your needs are, fulfill them. Hardest job I ever had was a dishwasher in a hospital kitchen. That's a sweaty job, though. I'm take care, Stoney. It'll most likely be a Tuesday show this week. I know I disappointed everybody last week, but had to see my bestie. Better than money in the bank. Absolutely. Can't use money like you can use water. Yeah. Okay. So where were we? Oh, water and money. Yeah. So yes, you're right. I would start if you think 30 days is enough. That's up to you. You know. I got free health care. You do. Great. I don't know what is enough. I see. Well, then take on more than you think would be enough. You can never have too much, right? Well, there you go. You're ripped. I'm pretty ripped myself. Sure. There we go. Oops. Uh, whatever you think is enough, and then more than that. That's what I say I'd go for. If you think a 30-day supply is enough, then stock 45. Big White, welcome aboard. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm good and stoned anyway. Your back hurts. Well, that's not a good sign. What you been doing too much of that your back hurts? Because we know it must be something that you've been doing in excess. Rural Rules, welcome aboard. Fess up, girl. You've been doing something to hurt yourself, making tarot cards. So you've most likely been sitting in an awkward position, eh? That's how you're feeling it. It feels 40 light, 80 feels more better. Okay. Sitting too long. Yeah, see? Well, I was close to being right. So I was pretty close to being right. You're doing something too long or strenuous or something. So should have thought about getting up and moving around, but then who thinks? None of us do much of that. You know that. So, we're not big thinkers when it comes to our personal stuff. More Better was a result of an edit which left an artifact. Okay. I use More Better all the time myself. I use Gooder too. At 420. You were in the art zone? We'll come right back to the weed zone. You use Stoner? I do too. I use archaic words too. Like swell, like how you feeling? Oh, I'm swell, Because I'm old, I do that on purpose though. I was looking for something which spoke of assurance or insurance in the context of stowing water for tough times. Well, it's both. Right now I'm stoned or rare. Well, then happy 421. So this is getting stoneder the more I've smoked it. This is what, the fourth one. Okay. I like spice things too. Stuff gets boring without the archaisms and double alliteration and that. Oh, archaisms, I'm sorry. And double alliteration and that. Sure. And I used to work in an office that was, it was veterinary supplies and veterinary drugs and pharmaceuticals and hospital supplies. And I worked in the office, and I would frequently go into the warehouse. And every time I came back into the office, I'd say hello. Just drive people nuts. But so when there was a new employee, of course, they didn't get it. And after a while, everybody else was used to it, Some would even say hello back, every time I came back into the office. And I might be out in the warehouse for like a minute and a half and then come back in the office and say hello, But I just had fun with it. I don't know why, but I did it every day, and every time I left the office and come back in. It was just a kick for me. I had wrong definition in mind for that word. Alliteration. Whatever the word for things like more better. Yeah, I gotcha. I understand what you mean. Double entendre? I'm not sure. Yes? Okay. I don't remember what they're all called. Double entendre. Okay. Double meaning. Oh, okay. Double entendre. Okay. It's not a catch-22, but that's a fun one. Yeah. Ever see the movie? Not a red herring either, no. But I like herring. And read the book. Did you ever see the movie Catch-22? Anyone? Anyone? If not, most definitely should, because it explains the term, okay, in full. And it's Alan Arkin at his finest, okay? And read the book. Yes, you should read the book. But the movie gets the point across beautifully. So please do that. Okay. But yes, do that, please. Anybody out there? Everybody out there. Magnificent. I'm sure it was Academy Award winning, and if it wasn't, they're fools. So that's what I have to say about that. Good. Glad to hear that, Kitty. As it should have been. I don't think anybody better than Alan Arkin could have played the lead. You watched a video game that long ago? Still intending to watch the rest? No. Why we watch? But that was stalled too. I see. They just on Amazon Prime, they just listed Little Big Man again. So you can watch it again. I was checking regularly, and they just now put it back up. So you can watch that. So that's nice to see. Because that's a fabulous movie. If you've never seen Little Big Man, watch it. For some reason or another, I think this is out, and it's never out. So, but trying to even it out. It's like almost not running. I figure if I take a couple more hits, it'll catch up with itself, but it never quite does. You know what I mean? You ever have joints like that? Good to see an old movie return, but couldn't wait on some. So bought used DVDs for the original Herbie movies, as well as Atari and a few others. Oh, the Love Bug movies, huh? There. Yeah, I got my favorite Bogart trilogy. And that's Casablanca, The Maltese Falcon, and Treasure of the Sierra Madre. I really like those. And if you've never seen Rock Hudson's movie Seconds, that's a movie to watch. That's a really good one. It's science fiction, I guess you'd call it. And it's in black and white from the, I don't know, 60s. Strange stuff. There's some really scary stuff on Amazon this month. Movies? Because I might be looking for a movie or two, or even a series. I could watch a series. Just ran out of some. So if you got some suggestions, I'm all about it. So I can use some new stuff. Of course, I could look too. You know, rather than be fucking lazy about it. You know, I don't have to be lazy. So the whole end of the burning thing on the end of this I was trying to catch up with fell off. So now I'm all caught up. See if I can't start a new mess. Atari is your favorite movie. Everywhere is a favorite in youth, and VWs were what we had. Bugs and buses and squarebacks. And yep, one of the bugs was named Herbie. Oh, I had two bugs, both 68s. The first car I owned when I got out of the service was a 68, brand new. Had all the amenities, except I got a stick shift. That was the first year they had an automatic, but I got the stick shift. But I had a wood inlaid dash. I had a cigarette lighter. I had a Blaupunkt radio. And see what other features did I have. Of course, you had a heater. By then, that was standard. But it was a cool car. I liked it a lot. And then in about 1976 or so, I bought a used one. Oh, that one, by the way, cost me $2,200, tax and license included. Freddie Mercury, The Ultimate Showman, looks good. I like Queen. That was a Super Beetle. Oh, Herbie was? Yeah, mine weren't. Blackbeard's Ghost is another one I bought since I used to laugh out loud with it. Buying it used was just a couple of bucks, more than a 24-hour rent. I see. I expect to watch it at least twice. I hope to share it around. I had a 63, 64 Bug that my dad fixed up from two wrecks for my first car. Those are vintage. Those are cool. Yeah. 68, they changed the body style, and put the bumpers on and all that kind of stuff, changed the bumper style. And but the windshield was still flat. So but I bought another 68 in 1976 for $250. So about 1974 for $250. These 40-year classic costing as much to rent as movies for last year. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it had the small taillights. Yeah, I remember those. Tiny little taillights. This big. Yeah. Well, you go back early enough, like the 57 or so, they had little arms that swung out on the side, for your turn signals. You wait until they're streamed free. Well, sometimes you can't wait. You just want to see them. You guys need to talk to Dog. He streams new movies day after they come out and that kind of shit. I'm sure he's got access to everything. Buy them, share them instead, and give them to local Salvation Army, and someone can buy it again on Amazon to repeat the cycle. I see what you mean. Recycling them, literally. That's what you're doing. So, got that going. Wait till yeah, well, I deal in more wholly equitable marketplace than current Amazon way. Yeah, well, um, although virtually any movie in the world is available from the Amazon marketplace because they just make them up for you and send them out. Have a great movie theater to pay to watch them. Have a full restaurant and bar. You sit in leather recliners, only $4 on Tuesday afternoon for the new movies. That's cool. Yeah, I like the full restaurant and bar thing. I saw that. I saw that where they're trying to break up Amazon into two units, one that's just their products and one that's everything else. So that they can't be cheating people they're dealing with. They'd have to pull all their product line out of their other marketplace, which I think is a remarkably good idea. And they shouldn't be competing with the people they're doing business with. Bezos had the outtakes from The Apprentice. Now, that'd make a series. um, uh, I'd like to see those because I bet you he was a temperamental motherfucker. Don't you think? I certainly do. I want to see those. Yeah, well, he should be. You know, he should be worried because he's a dick. Put it plainly, that should worry him a lot. Everything should worry him right now. Of course, he lives in this fantasy bubble, and well, he hates Bezos, is what he hates, and that's a problem there. And Bezos has no use for him. He's just a fly in his ointment. So, you know what you do with flies. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, we know Trump doesn't have the money he says he has. His properties are shit. I'm sure Biden is going to pull his flights out of that airport in Scotland. Pull government flights out of that airport in Scotland. So there won't be any flights coming anywhere near the Trump properties there. So that hotel resort golf course thing he's got going there is going to go belly up. Okay. His empire, if you can call it that, is in so much fucking trouble in New York. It's crazy. The guy's going down in every aspect of his life. Yeah, Bezos is not a fake, So, Scotland's already after him. Oh, good. But I mean, he was channeling military flights through that Scotland airport for refueling when they could just as easily gone to Germany, and we could have put our own fuel in them, and for a lot less cost. But by using it as a military airport, we were keeping it open. Okay. Otherwise, they were going to shut it down. Mergers recently ramped up to alarming degree. It's great to see some Fed movement on this. Time tells if it's genuine. If it's not, I think people will be dangerously feeling the eat the rich thing. Well, it's about time they ate the rich. Saw a story about how very little the rich pay in taxes. Okay. I mean, it's incredible. Like less than 0.5%. That sort of thing. Okay. The wealthiest of people, okay, are paying the least amount of taxes. I mean, it's dangerous what kind of loopholes, crazy shit they come up with to not pay anything. Okay, including Amazon paid nothing. Yes, Amazon for one. Tipping points. How many of these tipping points are we being intentionally pushed by slavers towards? Yes. 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 Bezos paid 0. Okay. So that's for several years. So that's the kind of shit that has to stop. Okay. That's where we have a problem. You know, the wealthiest people pay the least amount of taxes. And those are the kind of loopholes that have to end. Okay. There's no reason why that should happen. I don't get it. Maybe we need a flat tax. You know, no loopholes for nothing, no deductions for anything. You know, this is what you owe, bang, you know, and that's that. I know they always say, oh, that'll never work. Well, maybe it will if people have to pay it. You know, makes sense to me. And what's your opinion on that? Do you think maybe we could do it that way if everybody had to pay the same amount? You know, or maybe a graduated tax? I've always supported a flat tax. Okay. You know, maybe a graduated flat tax. The wealthiest people pay the largest amount. Bezos and his $500 million boat and his upcoming pleasure cruise in space in the year 2021 will be going down in history as a great memo of this time. Yes, it will. Great meme at this time. Yeah. Those are the people who do not pay now. Yeah, right. That's how he can afford to do what he does. He does it on our backs. And everybody thinks he's a great guy because he pays $15 an hour with benefits. Okay. But he works people like a fucking dog. All right. I saw a piece on it where a worker complained that she didn't even have time, a diabetic didn't have time to stop and test her blood. Okay. She wasn't allowed to do that. They wouldn't give her time enough to do that. warehouse worker, order picker. So, I mean, that's absurd. COVID made us get off our hamster wheel. Now they do not want that life again. Exactly. We're like, this is like a corporate rebellion against the corporate state. People who are working at McDonald's and Burger King they want more than just $7 an hour. They want a working wage, a living wage. I mean, that's what it is. It's a complete turnaround in society. Give us something we can live with, and maybe we'll come back to work. So until that happens, until there's a change, but then automation is stepping in too. So, but then customers have to demand that they deal with people. I know that if I go to a store that has an automatic checkout, I don't use it. Okay, I'll deal with a person. I detest automatic checkouts because oftentimes they fuck up. Okay. I just don't like them. And I'd rather talk to a person. It's socialist, clutches or pearls. Okay. 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 Maybe shit. I don't know. I like people. No, I don't. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't like people. Fuck y'all. No, I love you guys. I I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. What am I talking about? Anybody know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I don't know. Fuck. I'm way high. Okay. We came to Amazon Marketplace at time of great national and global distress. The devil sapped us further in hardest of times. They play with the blood they've sapped. Can we exorcise already? I don't know. Can we exorcise them? I don't know. I think part of the problem is it's the government's fault. I mean, why aren't they taxing them, and why aren't they scrutinizing them more? Why do they let them get away with this shit? Toss off the ticks and get on living with vitality. Yeah, well, a lot of people, I still think a lot of people aren't leaving their houses, tell you the truth. Still taking advantage of this. I still use Amazon a lot. Okay. But then again, too, I live in a rural area where to get things that I'm ordering from Amazon, I can't get them anywhere else, It's our fault for spending our money. To those who pervert governments to private aim. Absolutely. You know, it's the truth. You know, it's not, it's who's controlling who, you know? And that's the problem. Uh, uh, it's just such a fucking disgusting situation. You know, that's the thing. It's just such a fucking disgusting situation. And at least there's a lot of pressure from progressives these days. You ain't shopping because you have no car. You have everything delivered. It's not all through Amazon, and not all Amazon, though. I understand that. I used Amazon again, and the water jugs are only available. They're not at the store's website, which sells them. They're a physical store, but they only sell those online through Amazon. Fishy business. Freaking hate slavery. It's not just Amazon. Well, you know, a lot of people sell through Amazon, you know. It's their only way their product is available. And some do more than that. They do both. I wear Hey Dude shoes, and I went on their site, and they were having a sale and free shipping and all of that sort of thing. And I went on Amazon to see what was happening there, and they had the exact same sale, exact same prices. So here the manufacturer was running the same sale on Amazon. So their prices were no different or anything. It was kind of weird, I thought, you know. So even though Amazon was fulfilling the order, the manufacturer had the same prices. Now, I could get them faster from Amazon than I could from the manufacturer. Now, they just had a sale for Memorial Day. And I went on and I ordered a new pair of shoes from their website, because when I went on Amazon, Amazon only had a sparse selection. So apparently they no longer sell the line directly from the manufacturer, but are just selling out the line that they had left over. So that's kind of weird, I thought. During this pandemic, and still now, Amazon was like about the only place some people could get needed items from. Yeah, absolutely. And a better selection, okay? I mean, I could get cardboard toilet paper at the local store, you know. But weird, you know what else? I could go to the grocery store and get the worst toilet paper, but I could go to the dollar store and get a much higher quality. So I went to the dollar store, which was like 2 blocks further away. And I was thankful that companies like Bob's Red Mill moved to online sales pre-pandemic. Just before pandemic, I was disgusted at lack of local variety, since all 3 stores are Kroger with different names. Wow. That's weird. Excuse me a moment. I was hearing a noise and I didn't know what it was. And now I realize Buster is gnashing his teeth. So in his sleep. So I bought a bunch of stuff I wanted. And now what Kroger wanted to sell me. So as it happened, I just barely bought in time. Oh, yeah, they never really ran out of anything around here, but they sure got some crappy brands. We tired of paying a high price for things like small packs of dried mango. Went online to buy pounds of stuff. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I did that with nuts and things like that. So I have to drive 20 miles to buy anything in bulk. So, I save money on gas by buying it from Amazon. The same thing. Same thing. Well, it's 7 o'clock here. I think I'm going to wrap things up, grab something for dinner. I have no idea what that's going to be. But tune in Tuesday. I'll let you know if there won't be a show, as I always do. So, but I'm planning on it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I totally expect to do a show unless something comes up. So, as always, remember there's nothing funny about peace, love, and understanding. So, hope to see you soon. And take care. And bye-bye.